Hello everyone and welcome back to Spookier, the channel where I talk about random movies, and most of the time I don't even talk about the movie. But today, the movie that I'll attempt to talk about, I still have my mouth infection. This is painful. I don't want to mouth anymore. If I could speak like Stephen Hawking, I would, but clearly not. Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. Now, I've been kind of on a kick of weirdo, low-budget 70s exploitation movies recently. It all started by me going to the theater and seeing Messiah of Evil from 1973, which is ironic because this is also from the same year, and this is also fairly similar in some aspects, mainly in the theme, well, the execution and some aspects of, cannibalism and kind of zombie people living underground. So there are some similar themes explored in this one. The execution is a tad bit different. Messiah of Evil is is the superior film, but that doesn't mean that this one is bad. But yeah, I've been on a kick. Private Parts was great, and then tonight I was like, yeah, let's watch Carnival of Blood, Malatesta's Carnival of Blood, because I haven't seen this one since 2019, and this film was part of Arrow Video's American Horror Project, which I do have the volume 2 on Blu-ray, but I missed out on the first volume, and I was really interested by that set. So what I got is I got every individual releases on Blu-ray except for Malatesta's, and I kind of regret it, but I might pick up the Blu-ray eventually. But the DVD looks fine. It's the same transfer, it's on a DVD. But yeah, American Horror Projects were just these really weird kind of regional horror films that Arrow released, and this was part of it. Other notable titles in there: The Child and Witch Who Came from the Sea. That was also a video nasty. But yeah, Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. I should get to the movie I'm goddamn talking about. This is this channel. It's super short. It's 74 minutes. It goes by fast. Originally, I thought that this was kind of a slow burn, but watching it tonight, I thought to myself that this is actually really well paced. Of course, it's from the 70s, it's lower budget, so it won't be, Marvel pacing, of course, but the pacing for what it is fairly good. You have this family, the Norrises, who are going to look for, well, the man of the family is going to look for the disappearance of his brother at a local carnival. And the way they get into the carnival before it officially opens is they pretend that they are interested in investing in the park. Which the park does need investment. The carnival is decrepit, which leads me to one of my favorite aspects of this film, and that is the set design. Every exterior shot in the decrepit, kind of grimy looking carnival just adds to this film unnatural bizarreness. That's how I describe this one. It's very bizarre. The characters, it's definitely from a world that's not our own. It's not realistic. Like, the characters don't act realistic. It's this weird kind of pseudo real world, but with some, weird things going on. Anyways, so the fact that the carnival is so decrepit, and you think to yourself, there's no way this could actually be a carnival for real, because obviously this looks abandoned. But in this film's world, this is what the carnival is, and it's apparently quite successful, enough so that it's believable that some people who probably have money would want to invest in the park. And the couple that are pretending to invest bring along their daughter, Vina. And the first time we see Vina, she is getting her fortune read in one of an amazing scene. The set is incredible once again. You see this future teller this fortune teller talking to Vina, and instead of the camera moving around, it is the set that moves around. The set is on like this thing that turns around, which makes it look really cool, and there's a lot of usage of wide-angle lenses, kind of very similar to Messiah of Evil in that aspect, and a lot of Franco films do utilize these super wide angle shots just to show a lot of the set and make our character kind of feel tiny in comparison to the set. Cinematically, this is a pretty well made film. It uses the cinematic language very well, which is again very surprising for the budget, and the fact that this was basically like unheard of. I rarely hear people talk about this one. I think on my letterbox it has been logged by one person that I follow. And yeah, this was shot in Willow Grove Amusement Park in Pennsylvania. So if any of my Pennsylvania subscribers can tell me if that park is still alive. And yeah, it says, the back says it blends elements of Night of the Living Dead and Carnival of Souls, definitely. And adding an unhealthy dose of Herschel Gordon Lewis style gore. Yeah, the gore is honestly, like, it's lower budget, kind of cheesier, especially with in today's time. But I really like this style of super deep red, super neon, flashy red blood, and there's a decapitation scene in this that doesn't look too bad. Like, clearly don't expect like multi-million-dollar horror movie or even like a slasher type of film. This is low budget 70s. This is pre-Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which wasn't even gory. Like, this is still like early American low budget exploitation. But it's kind of from the period of that I love. The strange experimental horror films from America, from like basically 1968 to 1974, you know, that era between Night of the Living Dead and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It really offered us a lot of strange, hypnotic cinema. This is how I describe this one too. It's hypnotic. It's fairly experimental. The plot is simple, but it's not really linear. You follow Vina, and she has these weird nightmares that kind of blend into the film's reality. Overall, it's a really good one. Like, it's not great, or it's not like the best film you've ever seen, but for a 74-minute 70s low budget shocker, weird, psychedelic, experimental film, this delivers. This is pretty good, and it's one of the highlights of those American Horror Projects box sets, which, other than I think like one movie I really fucking didn't like, I like pretty much all of those. They're all really good, and I'll cover them on my channel eventually. This channel probably, because these types of movies, I don't know if they do well on my main channel. But yeah, Malatesta is the character. He's the overlord, and he basically runs an underground zombie carnival. Like, I'm not sure if that's like his family members, but he basically has a bunch of cannibal zombie types living in one of the basements of one of the carnival rides. And again, the set designs in the interiors are incredible. This movie has a lot of bubble wrap set design, like red bubble wrap in the sets. Then you have these weird like crocodile looking thing. It's weird. It's really weird. It's hard to describe, but yeah, Malatesta is this weird, like, magician-looking, carny-looking guy who basically runs this carnival and also this army of cannibalistic zombies that he feeds, basically just unlucky people that walk into the park when they're not supposed to. Yeah. It's really hard to explain. Like, it's 74 minutes, you'd think like it would be pretty straightforward, but this movie is fucking weird and it's experimental, so it's not that easy to describe. Anyways, I've rambled on for way too long. My rating. At first I wanted to like give this like a 7.52 but I ever since I started this video I'm like, Jesus Christ, I really like this. So I might bump it to like an 8.23, which is a good score. Yeah, go watch this. It's honestly pretty underrated. I never hear anybody talk about it. Is it like a new cult classic? I don't think so, but I think like if you enjoy films like Messiah of Evil, Private Parts, even, you know, the Urshel Gordon Lewis stuff, but you want that a bit more serious, like this is a film that you can watch. And if especially if you like the rest of the movies on those American Horror Project box sets, yeah, I'd say check this one out. Thank you. Have a good one. Up, pussies.